Hello everybody and welcome to JSmith Takes a Quick Look at Reus. This was developed by Abbey Games and was released on Steam May 16th of 2013, so really not too long ago. What is Reus? Well, Reus is a god game in which you take the role of a supreme god and order around a bunch of smaller nature gods, such as the forest god, sea god, swamp god, and a mountain god. The objective is to create areas that people will be able to survive and thrive without turning into complete dicks and murdering themselves and other people. So it's a pretty neat system, and if you like god games, I would definitely kind of urge you to check this one out, or at least check out the quick look and see if you like it yourself. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Are you sure? No, because I actually pressed the escape key and I don't want to quit just yet. What I will do is start a new game. I can show you a little bit of the options menu. So, you know, game, video, audio, credits, pretty standard stuff. Unlockables, every time that you do things, there's certain like kind of mini achievements that you gain that will allow you to progress further along in the game. And so once you play, you start with a few handful of things that you're able to do, and then you gradually get more and more as time progresses. So let's start a new game. And it's kind of roguelike-ish, and I kind of hate using that term, I really do. But you really only have a set amount of time to get all that you need to accomplish accomplished, and then you'll start over again. You can unlock longer time lengths by playing a longer, more complete games and trying to unlocking all those, certain things that you can do. So you can get 60 minutes, you can get 120 minutes. There's also a free play mode, so you can play as long as you want, but you will not be able to progress. And so I do want to progress. The beginning era, that will just be the tutorial. So there's a first era tutorial, a second era tutorial, and a third era tutorial. We're not going to do that. We're just going to pick a regular era. We're going to start off basically brand new, fresh, help humanity achieve and develop, help achieve developments and progress through the game while unlocking greater powers. And that sounds like a pretty good thing for me. I'm not going to complete a whole game of 30 minutes because that wouldn't technically be a quick look. So I'll give you a little bit of half and kind of like a little flavor of the game. Loading screen, villagers like to start war with their most accessible and weakest neighbors, so some things that you want to do is kind of make sure that all of your folk are a little bit separated. And I'll get a little bit more into that. So, a new era begins. Development's achieved 6 out of 67, so I've played the game a bit, but not nearly as much to get everything accomplished. Try to achieve different developments so we may grow in power. Achieve 4 developments to advance to the next level. Developments not yet achieved are as follows. Desert Tribe, with a desert village that has 100 village prosperity. Chosen People, finish an era with only 1 village, only has 175 prosperity, and finish an era with 450 prosperity. I kind of will probably just use 1 village. I might not use desert. I'll probably go with a forest or swamp for the time being, but I'll show you what they all look like and everything. So let's start this game. And as we start here, you can see this is a 2-dimensional type game as well, and so it's all on this big old sphere, but currently this sphere is all dead to basically everything, and I will not be able to build a forest, I will not be able to build a swamp, and I might be able to build a mountain, but for just now, let's create an ocean. And the ocean is going to allow us to build swamps and forests around there, so we may progress our game a little bit more. What I'll probably end up doing is making a forest on one side, and then I'll make a swamp, and then what I'll do from there is make another ocean on this other side to be able to water both of those. So after I make my ocean, I kind of wanted to make it the same kind of level over here, or at least all of this darker area is where I'll be able to build. So let me go over here, and I'll put this ocean right here, and that should be able to allow me to build a swamp and also a forest. So let me get my forest, let me get my swamp, and this thing is just going to do its own business and build one of his oceans. So over here, I'll be able to build this this forest starting right here. And with this swamp, I'll be able to finish this off over on this end of the spectrum. So let's see how big the forest is going to be. Where is it spread to? Over there. Could probably go halvesies with it and do the other half be a swamp. That sounds good to me. So for now, what we're going to need is people, and people will only rise when there are certain elements in or resources that they'll be able to thrive upon. So what I can do with the forest, I'll be able to plant fruit. So let's get my fruit plant over here. I'll be able to create herbs, which I can do right over here. And with my sea creature, I will be able to no domesticate animals yet. A forest village has settled. Forest villages often start projects that require food. Try using fruit plants and domesticate animals within the village borders. So the village currently has its landing right here, and it's between these two borders. You can tell the light brown here is, the area that I can put resources, and the village will use those resources to build and then further grow out their areas. So I have my first objective here. Granary challenge has started. So for the granary, it wants me to use 15 food. So it wants me to create 15 areas for me to have food. I've already planted fruits. A new nomad is roaming the planet, and so what a nomad basically is he'll scout the area for all resources that he'll be able to use and build his own town and village off of from there. I'm kind of gonna let that be. I'm gonna just see if I can have my one village and see how far I can go with this. So with this, having said that, let me check out my fruits right here. I can grow fruits and kind of use transmutations. It's basically an upgrade system. So if I use a lesser leaf aspect or better, I can grow these into strawberries, or I can also grow them into apple trees. Strawberries give me food and awe, whereas apple trees give a lot of food. And since my current objective is to get food, I would rather use that. So I'm going to grow both of these. Transmute with a lesser fruit aspect or better. Guess I can't use that right now. Oh, apple trees give a lot of food if they're close to animals. Maybe I can't do that. Not sure. But what I could do is put exotic animals down somewhere, maybe? No, not without taking up resources and space. So within my borders, though, I can place them over here. What I'm just going to do is get food and awe from the strawberries. The more I grow my resources, the further my borders will reach. So currently, I'm only still between these two aspects. Let me see if I can use anything. Precious materials. This will give me tech. I'm not really looking for tech right now. Forest areas generally only focus on food. Maybe desert areas will probably focus more on precious minerals, but just give you a glimpse of what everything is kind of able to do. I'll put some resources down and see what I can do from here. So 5 and 15. What I did do though is I have these little fruit or these little frog guys, so I could transmute those to otters, which give food, or I can transform them into iguanas, which will give me wealth. Food, it sounds pretty good to me, so I need my lesser herd aspect, but I can't do that unless I have a swamp ambassador, which is kind of bad news. So what I will probably end up doing is try to make some area for exotic animals over here. So I do have that opportunity over in this direction, because I'll probably be able to get forest creatures with food as well, just because all the things that I do with one creature has a different effect on each biome that I'm placing them in, which I think is kind of a really cool characteristic. So although I placed my wild animals over here and they turned into frogs, I placed wild animals over here and they turned into stoat. I'm not sure what a stoat is, but it kind of looks like a weasel. I can upgrade them to a fox with a lesser predator, or I can get them to beavers with my rock transmutation, which will get me wealth and nature. But for now, I think their general purpose is to basically hang out with food. So right now, my food is 18 out of 30, which I think should be good. 15 food for each plant within borders, stacks up to 3 times. Food in use is 18. Do I need more? I am not even sure. But I have minerals going on right now too. What I could do is use fertility boost on my strawberries and get some more food out of them. So use that. I can use, can I domesticate these animals over here? I don't believe I can, but I could try. Growth aspect of food. So I can use my growth aspect on these strawberries and hopefully symbiosis them into a pear tree, which transmutes, wait, I can form an orchard with other fruits and plants for more food and awe. So let's get that going on. So water god is now turning my strawberries into pear trees, or at least he's supposed to. Still kind of look a lot like strawberries to me, but maybe, oh, that's because, oh, did I use this on them? I have no idea. But regardless, I can't transmute them yet. So can I do that now? No, I can't because I already transmuted them before. Can't use growth aspect, and I can't domesticate these animals as well. What I could hopefully do is, So food and use, oh excuse me, so my objective is actually 21 out of 30 complete, so I need more food in this area. What I can maybe do, can I domesticate these animals? No, I can't. Can I grow more fruit trees? I could probably certainly do that. So what I can do is get rid of these animals, which aren't giving me too much of anything except wealth, but I'm not looking for wealth right now, I'm looking for fruit. So there we go, that will bump me up to 23 out of 30. Let's see if I can grow these into something else. I can grow them in the strawberries with my leaf aspect, so put that on there, and I'll try to grow them further into those pear trees if I can. Apple trees, if they're close to animals, I think. I don't know. Alright, so this will transmute with a potent fruit aspect or better. So I don't have potent fruit aspect, or do I? I have a regular leaf aspect, and so that just got them, you know, a little bit higher, or just more fruit or more food to be given, more awe. I can fertility boost that. And so now that I've completed my objective, I now finally have gotten the 30 out of 30 food. My forest ambassador has appeared, and he does a few things. And I can put this ambassador on one of my characters, and so on a forest giant, he will be giving me a better fruit aspect, giving more food to plants. On the ocean giant is a crystal aspect, giving a wealth to awe and minerals. Rock giants, exotic aspects, which gives wealth to animals. In the swamp giant, reaction aspect, giving tech to minerals. So okay, I think he'll be the most efficient on the forest. So what I'll do is right click on him, and my forest giant will come pick him up. He has a sweet wolf pelt on him. And so now he's just going to hang out on top of this head and really just hang out. So I have two aspects. I have two lesser leaf aspects done on this current leaf thing, and I have two aspects done. I have a potent growth aspect and a potent leaf aspect. So what else I can do? I can wait until I get another objective or mission from this, but I can also see how well they're growing. Their prosperity is 62 right now, which I was hoping to get 250, I believe, was my final objective. But basically, that in a nutshell is the basics, like bare minimum basics of what this game has to offer. And so if I wanted to fully fledge out this world, I have that opportunity. I have two possible fertile regions outside of my oceans here. So if I could put a water, or excuse me, I could put a forest, and I could put a swamp over here. Nature is looking promising, but it could be even better. If you tried making use of symbiosis, you could check out a few things. So symbiosis is basically those upgrade trees. So let me see if I can do anything with this. I can use topaz, which gives me more wealth and awe, or I can use salt, which is a lesser seismic aspect. But I don't think I have any of those. I can use an earthquake, so if my villagers start getting too rowdy, I can kind of like end that village's life right there. By making an earthquake erupt under it. And I can also use my swamp man's ability to throw a muck bomb at them. What I did right here is I grew a fruit aspect. I can't quite do it on anything right now, but if I grew a fruit plant here, I can change that, and I can use that that one ability that I wasn't able to earlier. But again, that is about it with this one. There's 4 possible, obviously biomes with swamp, water, forest, and then a desert with my mountain man over here. But that essentially is Reus. I had a lot of fun going through even the tutorial section of this. If I do have one complaint, it's this up here. I'm not too sure what all my objectives are, or like how to properly read this. I did kind of like skip through a few things, but I kind of wanted, I wish it was more just like user friendly to look up, completely understand what's going on, and then kind of move on from there. Unfortunately, that's like my slight drawback, but basically, as long as I'm just throwing things into the ground and looking, making sure I'm doing at least some symbiosis, I'll be good to go from there. So that is going to be my quick look at Reus. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely take a look at the game. It's on Steam, like I said earlier. It's $10 right now. Pick that up if you want to. It's on sale this week. At least it was $1 off, so it was only like $9. If you like God games and if you like what you've seen here, definitely give it a recommendation. If that's up your alley. Yeah, $10, not a bad price at all. So thank you all very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to me on Twitter, please do so. It's twitter.com/JSmithOTI. Please leave me comments and feedback below. If you have the game, give me some tips. Give the other audience members some tips and tricks as well. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. That helps me out a whole bunch. Further, if you want to see me do live streams every once in a while, I can do those on Twitch. You can see those at twitch.tv/JSmithOTI. And I think that about wraps it up. This is JSmith signing out. Thank you all, and I will see you next time. Later.